What's up, Dragon Nation? I'm Rich with Dragon Nation Gaming. Welcome back to Space Engineers. It's been about a week and a half since I put out a video, and sorry about that, but yeah, some weird things have been going on. I went 48 hours without sleeping, just could not fall asleep. Insomnia is a bitch. Then I was so tired I didn't really feel like doing anything. I did a little bit of live streaming, hoping that would help me get tired and fall asleep. Didn't work very well. Then when I finally did get some sleep, I slept so freaking long. So I slept for like 6 hours, woke up because I had to do a live stream. And last night, I slept for like 13 hours. So it's been insomnia, man. I really hate that shit. But it happens to me a lot. I get insomnia all the time. But anyways, we are no longer in single player. We are now in multiplayer. One of my viewers, Drifter, he's had a server up for quite some time, a DNG server, but I hadn't gone onto it. English. I meant to get onto it for quite some time, but never did. But now we're going to go ahead and switch everything over. I did recreate the base that we were building on this server, and it took me a little bit of time. I thought it was only going to take me a couple of hours, but then trying to get all the resources and processing everything, it took a couple of days. But now we're in, and yeah, there's been some issues, but we'll get into that. Just issues that involve playing in multiplayer. But anyways, what we want to talk about doing in this episode is I need to get more resources. We need a lot more ores. Doing it by hand, it's just taking way too long, and we're not getting enough for what we're planning on building here pretty soon. So I need to try to figure out, we're going to try to do this one step at a time. We're going to try to figure out a system for building a miner that is easily recreatable and we can put on the other resources. Now, I've said this before, I want to stay away from atmospheric drill ships because I find them very unrealistic. And it gives me the opportunity to go ahead and try to come up with some new designs, some new ways of digging. And I got a few ideas that may or may not work. But yeah, we'll have to figure that all out. Let's go ahead and get this started. So one thing I decided to do was to get rid of not having thrusters anymore. As you can see, I am flying around. Not having thrusters was irritating. I could have built some vehicles, kind of like a scissor lift or something like that, but it wasn't worth the time, honestly. So we're back to using thrusters again. As you can see, I also have a lot of hydrogen tanks on me as well. So what we want to talk about in this episode is to go ahead and get a lot more resources. If I bring out the drill, the one we're going to work on first, no, not the cobalt. Let's work on, let's try the iron first. Because the iron's what I'm going to need most, and I am out of iron at the moment. I could get some more stone, but now that we're at the point where stone is just not reliable enough, we're going to go ahead and go for the actual resources. So we do have some iron right here. Let's go ahead and place a block. Am I in creative? I am in creative. Damn it. I was trying to recreate the base that we had from my single player to this multiplayer. And I forgot to get out of, no, that's not the right one. Forgot to get out of creative when I was done. So admin tools, there we go. All right, where'd that go? There it is. We're right over it. So I want to go ahead and put a block right here so that way I can get the center. Now what I want to do is I want to try to dig a hole. What I need to do is, like I said before, we're trying to keep a low profile. So I do want a mining station, but I don't want it to be obvious that there is a mining station here. So what I'm going to try to do is not make it any bigger than we need to dock up the dragon wagon and load it with the ore. Also, it needs to be something I can easily recreate. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to dig down at first, so that way I can get a little bit of space, a little bit of an opening. So we're going to have to do something a little bit temporary and see how well it works, which will give us an idea of some of the other stuff that we need to do. So right here is the center where I need to drill. I don't want to go any bigger than 3 block by 3 block. That's the biggest that I want to make this hole. 3 blocks should be enough to make a platform, so that way we could go ahead and put the dragon wagon down, or connect it up so we could load it up with resources. So right here, this is as big as I want to go. So the next thing I need to do is I need to figure out how deep was that iron. I need to figure out how many pistons I'm going to need to get down there. Looks like it was 14 meters, but it is going to take a little bit more because that's only the start of the ore. So each piston extends 4 blocks. So a piston, when it's fully retracted, when you first build it, it's 2 blocks long. Then it extends another 4 blocks. The 4 blocks is what I'm worried about right now. So each block is 2.5 meters. So 2 blocks is 5 meters, 4 blocks is 10. What we need to figure out is 15 meters. So, shit. Math, I hate you. So 1 piston is 10 meters. So we need 1 piston, and it looks like a half of one. Yeah, let's go 2 pistons for right now. So I want to do the 2 pistons from the top of this platform. But I need to make sure I have enough space. So the drills are going to cover this area right here. Drill over here, in that corner, and that corner. So the pistons are going to go right here through the middle. But I need to make sure there's no collision issues, so we're going to go ahead and back up 1 more block. Jesus. Yeah, there's a little bit of lag. The things you have to deal with when you're playing multiplayer. A little bit of rubber banding, not a whole lot, but it's workable. We can work past it. Alright, so like I said, we want 2 pistons. And each piston is 2 blocks tall when it's fully retracted. So piston, we also need to figure out the spacing for the drills as well. Drill is 3 blocks long. So we're going to go up a little bit from the voxel so we can actually build it. So 1, 2, 3, that's the drill length, and then 1, 2 for 1 piston, 1, 2 for the next piston. Then we need to come out to the center, right there. Alright, so now we need to come down 1, 2, and then we can go ahead and build the drills. So let me find a drill real quick. Oh, come on. I think they do have them. Yeah, there it is right there. A twin drill. I don't know how well it works, but I'm going to stick with vanilla for right now. Alright, so we'll go ahead and put this drill right here. Then what I'm going to have to do is we're going to have to come out so that way we can cover the entire area that I want to. Make the big hole as big as I want to. We're going to start with just a 3x3 like I was talking about earlier. That should give us enough room to build whatever we need to. So all I'm doing right now is I'm doing a starter hole just to get started. Then we'll get rid of this platform and try to figure out a system that we could easily rebuild. Because I don't want to spend a whole lot of time doing this. I just want to have a... God damn it. The double click shit is back. There we go. Alright, let me try this again. Click and drag. There you go. Then a battery. The issue I think I have is I don't think I processed any... What is it called? Shit. Power cells. Power cells. Yeah, power cells. I haven't processed any power cells, so I'm going to have to go back to base and get those processed. And then get all this finished. Yeah, I'll just process. How many do I need? I think I need 20. 80. Oh, shit. Well, I'm going to have to get 80 processed so we can go ahead and finish this platform. Then we'll go ahead and get to digging. Another thing I need to figure out is I also need to go ahead and get rid of all the stone. We're at the point right now where processing the stone is just a waste of time. I'm going to go after the actual resource, which right now we're going after the iron. So I want to go ahead and get rid of the stone and just have it deleted as trash once the server actually does a cleanup. So yeah, let's do it this way. We'll go up. Let's go to our conveyors real quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a sorter. And I don't want the stone falling from too high of a height. I don't think it actually destroys voxels now, the ores, but it used to. So I'm just going to be safe and bring it down just a little bit. Ooh, a little bit of rubber banding. We're okay though. So yeah, I'm just going to bring it down a little bit more just to make sure it doesn't damage anything. I know it doesn't. I know somebody's going to say, oh, it doesn't damage anymore. I know. I'm just going to be safe. Make sure. Because this game is not the most reliable. Anybody who thinks it is an idiot. Alright, now the next thing I need to do is I need to make sure that we have enough ejectors, which are going to be used by connectors. Make sure that we have enough of them to get rid of the stone that's in the drill heads fast enough, so that way we are picking up the iron. So what I'm going to have to do... You know what? We got resources for it. So we'll say that's 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that should be enough. Alright, let's go ahead and grab the connectors. We also got a sorter. So that way I can set up the sorter to get rid of the stone and not the iron. Alright, so there we go. This is a nice little starter rig. This will be enough to get me some iron so I could go ahead and get some stuff processed. I might also have to get a little bit of iron. There's another... Where are we? I think it's over there somewhere. There's also another iron node. I'll have to go to that, grab some iron real quick because I'm out. And I still need to process the power cells for that battery. This is going to take me a little bit of time, but once I get everything welded up, everything set up, we'll go ahead and come back and go ahead and start digging. Alright, now that we got all that done, let's go ahead and get everything set up. So the first thing I want to set up, because it's one of the most important things, is the sorter. So I'm not going to worry about naming it. We're going to go ahead and drain all, whitelist, and then go all the way down to the stone. Now, this is going to leave a little bit of trash in the world. Might start lagging stuff out if we have a little too much. So I might have to do a cleanup after a while if we get too much trash and it starts lagging. But I think we should be fine. With the state that Space Engineers is at right now, I don't think it will cause too much trouble. But we got whitelist, we got stone, and it should be drain all on yes. We're good. Then we want to go ahead and go to the connectors. Turn on collect all and throw out. So the connectors are only going to grab what the sorter allows it to, which is going to be that stone. The thing that I'm worried about is, will one sorter... You know what? Let's not do drain all. I think we should be... Let's turn drain all off. It should automatically just pull if we have drain all off. Drain all will only do a certain amount at a time. And I think if we turn off drain all, then the connectors will just pull that stuff automatically. What we'll do is we'll just do a little bit of digging and actually check that out. Alright, next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead... Ooh. Little bit of rubber banding. Yep. Multiplayer and Space Engineers, man. This is why I don't like recording while I'm in multiplayer. Alright, so we got 2 pistons. I want to keep the velocity to about 0.1 meters a second. So we're going to go 0.05. So 0.05. Now, right now, if I went ahead and pushed OK, that's a positive number. So it's going to start extending those pistons. So what I want to do is just leave them alone for right now. So we'll put a negative. All right, so the connectors are set up. The sorter is set up. The piston speed is set up. Did I? I'll make sure. I just want to double check because I did this before. I set the speed for the pistons to something and... Hold on. People called me out on it because I accidentally hit the wrong button. It's like, dude, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. But everybody was giving me shit because I hit the wrong number. Like, well, this YouTuber doesn't do it. This YouTuber doesn't do it. Yeah, because they edit their shit. They make themselves look smart. But guaranteed they make the same mistakes. But anyway, some people are just stupid. I gotta say. Alright, next thing we would need to do is we need to go ahead and start digging. This is not going to go down too far, but once it's done, we could go through the next step, which is starting a platform. But the resources we have here should be enough for that. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn on all the drills. And now extend. Ooh. Yeah, a little bit loud. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Share inertia tensor. Alright, let's turn off the drills. I want to make sure that the drills are... So the connectors are able to pull from the sorter. And the drills are emptying out pretty quick, it looks like. So we should be good on that. I just wanted to test that out real quick. Alright, let's try this again. So drills on. Share inertia tensor on. And reverse. Alright, so this is probably going to take a little while for it to dig down. What I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to make room for the device that I want to put here permanently. Now, I'm not going to add a lot of drills. Oh, still fucking loud, Jesus. For the system that I'm talking about, it's not going to be a lot of drills. Probably just 2 drills to dig out the entire thing connected to a bunch of pistons. Now, the reason for that is I don't need this thing to dig very fast. I don't need to get resources very fast. Because I'm a single player, I don't need a whole lot of resources very quickly. Now, if I was playing with a group, I would need to do something a little bit faster and I would come up with a different design. But like I said, since I'm a solo player, this doesn't need to be extremely fast. I just need to figure out a system to where I could extend the pistons or the drills far enough to get all of the resource. In this case, iron. Let's go ahead and get down a little bit and so we can fly. Where am I? Where the hell am I? There we go. Nope, that's the base. There it is. Alright, let's go down and see if we can find... No, that's the cobalt that I dug out. We are extremely close to the cobalt, though. So yeah, we might actually grab some cobalt. Yeah, look at all this trash that's leaving. That might lag out a server just a little bit. So, yeah, probably need to go ahead and do a cleanup real quick. So that way I'm not killing anybody. Alright, let's do trash removal. Other. Move floating. And that's all you gotta do. Alright, so like I said, this is going to take a minute to dig. It doesn't have a whole lot further to go. It's already about 2/3 done. But let's go ahead and get it down and see how well it did at keeping the iron. Alright, so I'm bringing the pistons back up and we can see how well we did. So, got rid of all the stone. Like I said, I'll need to do some cleanup here pretty soon. Let's go ahead and go into the inventory and see just how much iron we got. It's not important, I'm just kind of curious. Actually, I think that was a lot of iron. There's almost 10,000 right there. There's almost 15,000. 24,000. 16.5 thousand. 22.9, almost 23,000. another 16.5 thousand, 24.4 thousand, 17.3 thousand. Yeah, they're not even close to being completely full, so we're good. We got it. So right there, that right there would be enough iron. Now, we could get some more, but seriously, the amount of iron that we got right now is plenty. I don't really need any more. There's only one way to figure out exactly how much that is, and that's to get a cargo container and put it all in one cargo container to see how much it actually is. But yeah, at some point I do need to go ahead and figure out how to get the Dragon Wagon connected. So this system right here is plenty. That's all you would need. It didn't take too long to build. I've been recording for like 25 minutes now. So it only takes about 20 minutes to build all this if you have all the resources. So I definitely want a different platform though. I want to see just how far the iron goes. So as you can see, yeah, see, there's people talking in chat right now. So yeah, we are in multiplayer. Alright, what I want to do is I want to figure out how high this iron goes. So it's about 1 block, but one thing you do have to be careful of, it's not going to be a flat surface, as you can see, or it's not going to be level. The iron starts up here, and by the other end it's down here. So what we're going to have to do is probably go a little bit wider. Looks like we got... Oh, I don't have any steel plates on me. I'm guessing it's going to be like 3 blocks. But it'll probably end up being more or less than that once we get to the end. I just don't know how far out that way it goes. But honestly, just doing a system like this, just a drill with 3x3 drills on it is plenty. The only problem is it's kind of noticeable. So I wouldn't leave this here. Like I said, we're trying to keep a low profile. We're trying to keep people from knowing where we are. So this system, just leave it here would not be a good idea. But honestly, to get me up into a point where I'm in space and processing asteroids, I think that's all the iron that I'm going to need. Alright, so I need to get that figured out at some point. But what I want to do real quick is get back to base, because I don't think I showed you guys some of the problems that we're having. So while I was offline, I went ahead, I did a lot of work last night. Worked for like 5 hours trying to get everything set up, processing resources so we could have the components for today and for the future. Now I do have a lot of components, but I still needed more iron to get stuff processed. I probably should have grabbed that iron, but that's okay. We're good. But yeah, right now I'm completely out of iron. Iron goes really, really quick. But yeah, there's a few things that we need to go over with the base. One is the turrets that I have are not good enough. They don't cover enough area because they're still a little too close together. And I'll show you the problems that I'm having right now. So as you can see, we do have asteroids turned on, or meteors. And slow her down. And the meteors have been able to get to my base, even with all the turrets that I do have. Now, the reason for this, and I know what some people are going to say, they're just going to say, add more turrets. No. It's not about how many turrets you... Oh, shit. I don't want to fall through the world, so when stuff like that happens, just wait. Alright, we're good. So, it's not about how many turrets you have, because even if I cover this entire area with like 100 turrets, it's still not going to be all that much helpful. Or, it's not going to help that much more. The issue is that the turrets are not spaced far enough apart. Now, the way turrets work is they will target the closest item first. And they will continue to target that item until that item is destroyed. Then they'll go to the next closest item. So the issue that's been happening is the turrets have all been targeting the same meteor. And they continue to target it until it's destroyed, allowing other meteors, as you can see, allowing other meteors to, well, they almost took out these 2 turrets. Another one almost took out that turret. There was one that hit my base right here, but I rebuilt it all. And this is all heavy armor. It destroyed this entire corner right here. So I had to rebuild all that. Heavy armor doesn't help for meteors. Anybody who tells you different, they're stupid. But yeah, meteors will destroy anything, and they'll destroy them quickly. Then it actually hit over here. Now, as you can see, it's a near miss. It didn't actually hit the blocks, but it was enough to damage them. So yeah, heavy armor doesn't help all that much against meteors. So what I got to do is I have to spread these turrets out a little bit more, so that way each turret targets a different meteor. So that way they're not targeting the same one and then allowing other ones to get through. So the best thing I could do right now is set up turret platforms. Probably, let's see. Yeah, I think that should be good enough. Probably about 200 meters away. Yeah, 200 meters should be good. Now, the point is spacing. I don't want them to be too far apart because I still need more than 1 turret to target a meteor. Probably like 2 or 3 turrets to target just one to get rid of it really quick. But then we'll have more over this way. Another 200 meters away. Oh, that's too much. Let's say right about, screw it, somewhere around this area. Another 200 meters away, we'll have another line of them, which means I need to build a lot of them because it needs to cover that entire area. So we're gonna have to figure out a system for that. I don't know. I might just leave it because it's still been taking out some of the meteors, but it hasn't been getting them all. And it's not about the amount that you build, it's just about how far away the turrets are from one another. It's about which asteroids they're targeting and if they're targeting the same one or multiple. Unfortunately, there's no way of changing that in Space Engineers except for spreading them out a little bit further. But that's something I have to figure out. So with the drilling system, I think that's what I'm going to do. We're just going to do that simple little system that I had over there. Let's see if we can go ahead and find it. There it is. So I need to build one for the cobalt, and I need to build one for, I already got one for the iron. But yeah, I have cobalt, which is straight down that way. It's a little bit deeper. So I need to get that set up. But I don't want to keep these here. So what I think next episode we'll do, we'll see if we can't build ourselves a platform. Just a platform up there, which gives us enough room to go ahead and dock up the Dragon Wagon. And just do a simple rotor setup with probably pistons and hinges. And probably like 3 or 4 drill wide. So that way we can make sure we get all this iron. Well, that's something we're going to have to figure out in the next episode. Until then, make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.